Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's just going to be a simple, quick video looking at another guitar amp I've got here. This one's going to be a head and cab setup as opposed to last week, which was just a combo amp. So today we're going to be looking at an orange Micro Terror, just a little hybrid lunchbox head. It's going to be hooked up to my vintage 2x10 closed back cab. This has two 10-inch Quam speakers in it. I don't really know the brand of the cab. I think it's from like the late 60s, early 70s, but it sounds pretty good. So we're going to be looking at the difference between dynamic and condenser mics today, specifically on a guitar cab. But we're also going to be taking a look at kind of what you can get if you have one mic versus two mics on a cab. Kind of the benefits of two, whether that's mixing or tracking or whatever. So it's going to be straight in today, no pedals. We're going to do a little bit of clean playing and a little bit of overdriven playing from the amp itself. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, so we're all set up here. I've got both mics centered on the dust cap of the speakers, respectively. Which is something we can go over in a future video. But we're all ready to go. I've got my SG here, and I'm just gonna play through some simple chords, and we'll do some clean first, and then we'll do some overdrive, and then we'll kind of go through a review. So let's go. All right, so hopefully you can hear the differences between these two microphones, and especially the differences between using one mic on a cab instead of two. You know, two will give you a little bit of extra volume, so you kind of have to be careful with your levels there. But it can give you a lot of extra tonal options when mixing. So the dynamic mic is going to be kind of your more traditional punch through a mix type guitar mic. The condenser is going to have a little bit more high frequency information and a little bit more low frequency information, and it's just going to be overall a bit flatter, more hi-fi sound. So that's going to be really good for if you have a lot of effects, layered effects, reverbs, stuff like that. You know, it gets a lot of that kind of high frequency information in there, but also is a pretty natural sound. But the dynamic mic is going to have that cut. A lot of times it's going to have that punch, because mics like these, specifically the 58, is designed for vocals, but it also works great for guitar. A lot of people put a 57 in front of a cab, and that works awesome. I mean, there's so many great tracks that were recorded with a 57 on a guitar amp. But a 58 is basically the same thing with just a different windscreen. So even though it's kind of designed for vocals and tailored for the human voice, the guitar has a lot of those same frequencies. It all kind of sits in that mid-range area. So it also works great. So if you don't have a 57, you just have a 58, works great on guitar as well. But condenser mics were also used a lot to record guitar amps. I mean, Alan Parsons, who engineered, a lot of the Pink Floyd stuff, Dark Side of the Moon, stuff like that, he really preferred large diaphragm condenser mics on guitar amps to dynamic mics. There are some engineers that prefer dynamic mics. And we haven't even gotten into ribbon mics yet, but that's another great option for a guitar cab. So a lot of great tracks were recorded with dynamic and condenser mics, either or both combined. So I think you can get a great sound out of either. As with a lot of this recording stuff, there's really no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever sounds good for the track. And if it works for the track, that's the right choice. So hopefully you were able to get a little bit out of this video. And I will see you next week.